She mocked my anxiety in a group chat. I leaked her affair screenshots to everyone in it. My name is Tasha, and I'm 28. Yo, I swear I still can't believe how shit went sideways that night. I'm sitting on my Saga couch in my one-bedroom starter apartment, flicking through my phone like I got nothing better to do, when I see that group chat blowing up. I knew right then something was about to pop off. I seen the notification. Bree, why you clowning me again? But I didn't know how deep it was gonna go. For real, I ain't never felt so shook that late at night. My heart was pounding like some old-ass speaker dropping bass at 3 a.m. I was thinking, girl, how you finna do me like that? But I ain't the only one laugh/fearing combo riding through my veins. That whole fam in the chat, they was bout to find out shit they never asked to know. I can't even explain how livid I was when I read Bree's message. She straight up typed, "Haha, T got them panic attacks? Girl deadass needs some Xanax or get some ice in that head." Bruh, I'd been fighting anxiety since high school, dealing my senior year in them projects, every block telling me I weak for even saying it. So she saw my panic when that one dude slid in my DMs last week, and she had the nerve to clown me about it in front of everybody. I was finna say something, but my phone froze. My chest felt tight, like some hose trying to squeeze me inside my ribcage. I tried to explain in the group chat. Y'all don't know what I've been through. But she kept Logan, egging folks on with emojis and cackles. I felt that familiar sting, that fear mixed with rage bubble up inside me. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to disappear or throw my phone out the window, project building balcony style. But nah, I stayed. I watched the replies pop up like popcorn. Y'all really finna drag T? She always on that victim shit. I'm dead, T need therapy. By the time I looked up from my phone, I was already in that headspace. I'm finna make her regret mocking me. No cap, I was blind with resentment. Let me back up so you get the full picture. I live on Glenwood Drive, a 2-bedroom fixer-upper in an old-ass building that smells like fried chicken sundaes and burning incense. I split rent with my cousin Shawanda. She workin' nights at the hospital. I do front desk at a dentist's office. Ain't glamorous, but the paycheck covers some bills, and if we slip up, Nana's house down the block got a couch ready. We all tighten it like that. My mom passed when I was 15, so every kid on Richland Block got me. Auntie Mariah, she been through hell. Hers was a project fire that took her cousin when they was cooking at home. Now she run the corner store, keepin' our hood fed. That's where I first met Bree. She used to come in with her baby daddy, Konu, knocking back energy drinks like they goin' out of style. They lived in the high-rise projects across the street. She was always drippin' in snatched jeans, fresh kicks, actin' like she too fly for us regular folks. I ain't hate her for that at first, 'cause we all tryin' flex a little. But I seen the way she scowled at me when I was sittin' outside on my car, rockin' my thrifted fit. She'd whisper with her girls, point smirk, like I'm the punchline in their jokes. Ain't cool, but I got used to it. Still, I called her friend. We talked on Instagram DM or TikTok occasionally, swapped funny memes. I thought she was keeping it 100 points. When I got that text last month saying, "Girl, let's link up this weekend," I was hype. She said she gotta show me some exclusive info about our block running some new hustle, and I was low-key excited to have an inside scoop. But peep this, she texted me from a burner, then blocked me after we spoke. That should have been the first red flag. I brushed it off. I was numb to drama. I ain't no snitch, so I kept it moving. Flash forward 2 weeks ago, one night after my shift at the dentist's, I rolled by Auntie Mariah's store to grab some chips and a soda. I seen Bree with Konu in the corner, looking ratchet, Logan loud. They was sitting under that flickerin' street lamp. I walked in, heart racing, and she peeked over, eyes narrow. I approached. "Yo, what y'all up to?" Konu tosses his head, mumbles something about all in on a budget. Bree flips her hair and goes, "Nothing, sis, just chillin'. I feel that tension, so I flipped the conversation to trivial shit, kids, bills, favorite candy. She said she was glad I came by, wanted to catch up one-on-one. I nodded, sippin' my soda, trying to not show I was curious. She slipped me a piece of paper, said it was directions to a new job spot. I looked, couldn't read shit, just scribbles, doodles, numbers. She locked eyes, gave me a sly grin, and said, "Trust me, you'll like it." I pocketed it. That was it. Couple days later, me and my roommate Shawanda were chillin' on the faded couch, scroungin' for dinner, just ramen and some eggs. My phone buzzed. It was a nosy DM from a random account. "Yo T, check this." I tapped the link, and there it was, a screenshot of Bree's phone on a FaceTime call with some dude named Kyle. They was gettin' cozy. Her head laid on his chest, he playin' with her hair. She lookin' all soft, lips parted. I felt my stomach drop, like I just swallowed a brick. My chest tightened. I stared at the screen. There were more screenshots, them textin' about meetin' up at some motel down 5th and Elm. The text was graphic. "Can't wait to feel you, girl, you know how I do." I felt sick. My instincts told me these were private. My heart screamed, "Don't do it, she." But nah. I was seething. I thought, if she gonna clown my anxiety, I'ma clap back. I was finna blow this bitch up. But first, I needed to confirm. I didn't wanna look crazy, right? I hit up my cousin Jada, who works security at that motel. She laughed, then said she seen Bree checking in with Kyle a week ago, 2 nights in a row. Jada dropped some names. "Man, that Kyle be creeping around these parts." I was deadass confirming what I already thought. I felt that head rush, half excitement, half fear. I knew I had evidence now. I went back to my apartment, feet dragging, breathing heavy. I opened my notes app, typed out Bree's phone number, and hit send on my burner. "Where you at?" She replied quick. "Girl, you wild trying to find me." I flashed that community detective grin. I was convinced now. I hold receipts. Next day at the dentist's office, I'm doing the usual, sheep pajamas on a kid, scalers, jokes with the hygienist. I was ghosting Bree, acting like I forgot her name. But secretly, I was plot twisting my plan in my mind, thinking, tone, timing, who I let in see. My anxiety was through the roof, but it was that rush that kept me going. I clocked out at 6, walked to the bus stop by Dime Mart. It was hot as hell, sweat dripping off my forehead. A group of little kids played basketball by the corner. They shouted, "T, you talking late shift tonight?" I shrugged. "Nah, off. Gotta handle some biz." They nodded, dribbling through some potholes. I caught the 27 bus, gripping the rail like a lifeline. I stared out the window, counting stops until Edgewood Cafe. I actually needed a latte cause my head hurt from all the scheming. At Edgewood, Bree worked weekends waiting tables. It's that little coffee shop with mismatched furniture, local art on the walls, people in hoodies reading from laptops. I walked in, saw her behind the counter, flipping cups. She spotted me, eyebrows high. She stepped down from her station when a regular guy glanced. She wiped her hands on her apron, came to me with that fake-ass "I'm so happy to see you" grin. My guts churned. I smiled back like I didn't know what's coming. "Hey girl. What's good?" she said, voice sweet, but I heard venom underneath. "Just vibin'," I lied, peeping her. "You finish here at 8? "Yeah." She glanced around. "What you need?" I tapped my pocket. "Gotta show you something, dot." She froze, eyes dart into the register, the line of customers. "Don't worry, ain't bout them crumbs." She pulled me to a side table. I set my phone down, opened the screenshots. She recognized her own face. I saw the shock in her eyes. She tried to swipe it away, but I held my finger down to stop her. "Bree, remember when you laughed at my anxiety last week in the chat?" Her jaw dropped, shoulders shaking. She stammered, "T, I didn't mean." I cut her off. "Girl, stay quiet." I clicked through the screenshots. Her clean-up lighting, red lipstick, that look on her face when she thought nobody would see. She went pale. "Where you get these?" she whispered, voice cracking. "That's my phone." I laughed, a low snarling sound. "I got connections, boo. You shouldn't mock me." She swallowed, tears welling. I felt a tight knot in my throat, real fucking twisted. My vision tunneled, she felt small, and I felt so big. I'm thinking, go ahead, cry. This is payback. She looked at me dead in my eyes, lips quivering. T, don't do this. Let me explain. But I was already showing her proof that she had no alibi. She turned to run, but I banged the table. Wait. She gulped. I said, I want you to come clean. Admit everything. She shook her head, face flush red. I'm sorry I messed up. I scoffed. That ain't enough. Without another word I left, walking out like I was the star of some hood movie. Over the next 2 hours, I sat in Shawanda's kitchen drinking cheap wine. She kept a skin. T, what you doing? I shrugged. Handle my business. I was spitballing the plan. Leak these screenshots to the same group chat where she mocked me. But I wanted more reach. I saved the files on my burner, then opened every social media app, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twit, everything. I posted them in our neighborhood group on Facebook, tagged her by name. Then I found the group chat on WhatsApp with maybe 12 folks, family, friends, coworkers, block neighbors. I forwarded the screenshots with a caption. Y'all remember Bree clowning me about my anxiety? Here's why she was trippin' legit. I hit send. Felt my chest pump. I watched blue check marks show up, then preview messages. WTH. She did what? I can't believe this. Within minutes, the chat blew up. By midnight, my phone was ringing nonstop. Family, neighbors, even folks I barely talked to were calling. Auntie Mariah texted me. Girl, you trippin'? My cousin Jada texted. Is this for real? I posted a story on my Instagram too, and people were sliding in, screenshots copied. Bree's phone number got shared too, blowing up with messages from folks wanting details. I watched as the rumor mill churned. People started calling Bree at work. She begged her manager to block her calls. She was crying behind the counter, telling customers she was having a family emergency. But soon, word got out she was cheating on Konu too. I mean, if she can mock my mental health, she can't talk about loyalty. Konu showed up at Edgewood next day, fists flaring, but Bree denied everything. He slapped her in front of the cafe, no shame. I watched from across the street, popcorn in hand, yelling, That's karma, bitch! I ain't proud, but I wasn't sorry then. It got worse. The next day at work, my boss called me in. I walked into that cramped back office, dentist chairs leaking sanitizing solution, and he gave me that look, like he saw the headline in the local gossip. Tasha, you need to see this, he said, handing me a printed printout of a Facebook post. It was Bree's cousin, spilling even more tea. My cousin Bree got caught cheating on her baby daddy with that dude Kyle. She'd been doing it since last year. Y'all can see receipts. I stared at that paper. My boss scratched his head. You okay? I heard something wild last night. I forced a smile. I'm good, just some family stuff. But I felt sick to my stomach, like I swallowed too many chips. My hands trembled. I realized I started a chain reaction that I couldn't stop. People from the dentist's office were talking behind me, whispering in the break room, making jokes about T and her drama. I was desperate for a cigarette, but I quit. I stomped out to my car, hands on the steering wheel, trying to steady my breath. What have I done? I whispered. But I couldn't bring myself to delete the posts or send apologies. When I got home, Bree's text was flooded with begging, cussin' threats. T, you lucky I ain't done something to you. I swear to God you gonna regret this. I ignored all. My phone was blowing up with new friend requests from folks I never met. Some sent me emojis of skulls and fire. A couple of them wrote, You a savage, T, that shit cold, baby girl, you go, liar, liar. I sat in the dim light of my living room, just scrawling, heart racing. I thought I'd feel good, but instead it felt hollow. I dumped the rest of my wine. That night I couldn't sleep. I paced my hardwood floor, chewing on the inside of my cheek, thinking how Bree was probably packing her bags, trying to find a place to crash. She's in that one bedroom with Konu. He moved out weeks ago when he found out I got screenshots. Now it's empty. I remembered nights she'd stay over at my place, fussing about how Konu came home drunk, but I had no idea she was too timid. I felt that irony slap me in the face. I sat on my bed, head hitting pillows. I did this, but why do I feel like shit? I slapped my face to snap out of it. Next morning, I woke up to a voicemail from my auntie, shaking her head. Girl, y'all need heal, not hurt. I brushed it off. Auntie always mad I cuss too much. At work, I tried to keep it business as usual, but in my mind, I saw Bree kneeling in some hotel lobby, tears running down her cheeks, phone in one hand, tissues in the other. I didn't want to admit I was partly proud, partly disgusted with myself. I caught my reflection in the mirror at the dentist's break room, bags under my eyes, hair a mess. I realized I was barely holding on to my own life. But I couldn't apologize. Not yet. Days later, I saw Bree at the grocery store by her old job. She was buying ramen and peanut butter, sneaking by herself through the cereal aisle. I felt my pulse jump like a firecracker. She looked at me, eyes bloodshot, and walked past without saying a word. I felt a pang of guilt, but I also felt that tingle of satisfaction. I didn't wave or look back. Instead, I grabbed my own groceries, 2 bags of greens, some chicken, rice, trying to keep it normal. But nothing was normal. Over the next week, folks on the block kept talking. Some called me heartless, some defended me for bringing facts to light. I got memos from work. Keep personal drama separate from professional life. My coworker, Leah, shot me a look when I came in wearing my cheesiest grin. You good? She asked. I said, yeah, just tired. She nodded like she believed me, but I seen her eyes flick to my phone, then away. I felt like a ghost in my own world. Everywhere I showed up, there was this invisible timeline running, reminding me of that night I leaked. I kept thinking about what set this off, the group chat on that Tuesday night. It was our crew, me, Bree, Konu, Shawanda, Jada, my sister Mariel, and a couple others from the block. We talk about everything in there. Block cookouts, who's got extra rolls for the bake sale, complaints about rent hikes. That night I sent an emoji ghost when I panicked about a dude sliding into my DMs saying, "Want a link?" I typed in all caps, "I can't." Bree popped off. "Why the fuck you actin' shaky, T? You finna faint or something?" People laughed. I felt small. My phone buzzing, I couldn't stop sweating. I tried to explain I got anxiety, my heart racing, but they kept joking. I came back at her. "Y'all ain't know my life." I left the chat. That's when she started sending silly gifs like, "Bye Felicia," and everyone joined in. When I dug up those screenshots, I remember thinking, she's stupid if she think I'll just sit and take that. But in the back of my mind, I hoped I was wrong. I wished she'd apologize or at least delete her message. But nah, she bragged to everyone she met that night at her cousin's cookout. I heard from my Auntie Mariah that Bree was turning tables, saying, "T always the drama queen, actin' like she's so fragile. Can't handle a lil' troll." That was my breaking point. After that, I dug for receipts. I guess I was kind of proud when I found those texts. But as soon as I hit send, I felt my stomach drop. I set off a chain reaction I couldn't contain. Sometimes I wonder if I went too far. Could have just left her be, minded my business, but no, I went full nuclear. I leaked her secrets, but I didn't think about the fallout. She lost her job at the cafe. Customers called to ask why staffing was short. Management saw the social media mess. Konu slapped her in front of the whole block when he saw her at the corner store that next week. Now she moved back in with her mama in that old trailer by the highway. Her kid is live with grandma. I saw her last week, pushing a cart through the Piggly Wiggly parking lot, hair half done, sneakers beat. She stared at me, terror in her eyes. I looked away. My blood felt muddy, stinging my face. I ain't no saint. I never claimed to be. I did what I did because at that moment, it felt justified. I was mad, hurt, embarrassed. I thought if I took her down, I could feel better about myself. But lying in my bed now, in the hush of the night, I don't feel triumphant. I feel empty. Sometimes I wonder if she's okay. Other times I pray she never cross me again. I'm scared she'll retaliate, smear me, leak my dirty laundry. Every notification makes my heart jump. All I got now is my anxiety dialed up to 11, and I ain't got no one to blame but myself. See, this entire hood gone talk about me now. My block got me pinned as that crazy girl who spilled tea so hot it burned a home down. I lost some friends who say I went too far. Shawanda won't even answer my texts. My cousin Jada called me a savage and hung up. My auntie gave me that disappointed look whenever I come by the corner store. They don't understand I ain't feelin' regret, not fully. I regret how it shook out, people lashed out at me, I got ghosted, doors shut. But deep down, I still feel like I was right. I got my revenge, saw her crumble, heard her cries. Nobody wins when you play the villain, and I'm the villain now. But I ain't gonna play nice. If Bree ever tries to come back, I'ma expose more. I got dirt on her from back in the day, kinda glad I never dug into it earlier. But it ain't too late. I learned my lesson, people cross me, I cross back. That's the code where I'm from. But sometimes late at night, I lie awake, replaying the looks on my folks' faces when they saw those screenshots for the first time. I remember the moment the group chat exploded, someone texted, "Bree a whole ass snake." I sent that to myself, tried to feel satisfied, but it felt hollow. Now I'm here, in that same burnt couch, mind racin', heart tight. Ain't no closure, just that gnawing thought. Damn, Tasha, look what you did! I guess I learned the hood lesson. Once you drop receipts, you can't pick 'em back up. People take sides, alliances shift, but I'm sittin' alone, thinking if I had just silent slid or talked to Bree face to face, none of this woulda happened. But nah, that ain't who I am. I'm impulsive. I get emotional. I let pride steer me. Now I'm paying the price. I got a fine car, lemonade stand cash for that. I push bills around, barely keep my utilities on. I work the front desk till 8, scoop ice packs for aching gums, nod at every dentist's joke. Earrings too big, tennis shoes scuffed. I ain't got time for pearls and frills. I got survival on my mind. And anxiety? It's back. My chest tightens when I hear my phone ping. I pop antacid for my stomach. Nights I talk myself down. Alright, breathe. But it don't always work. I got nightmares of Kona's knuckles hitting Bree, then turning on me. I imagine Jada snitching on my shady business to folks. My reflection in the mirror reminds me, girl, you done messed up. My phone buzzes again now, no one calls. Just that quiet. I flick it off and sigh. So I sit here, catching my breath, wondering if there's redemption for me. But I know the hood don't give second chances when you cross that line. I ain't begging for forgiveness. I'm just laying my confession at 2 a.m., late night talk, bars of truth, hope somebody get it. I regret how it turned out. I don't regret doing it. That's the difference. In the morning, folks gone scroll the group chat again, laugh or cry, forget in a week. I'll be there, same old couch, same old beginning of my next crazy plan. But tonight, I spill it all, raw and uncut, because I owe that much to myself, and maybe, to y'all who still listen.